Modern environments are saturated with high-value data and endless opportunities. We are surrounded by more brilliant ideas than we could process in a lifetime. As these options multiply, the ability to actually execute on any single one of them begins to stall. This occurs because the human brain evolved as a phenomenal engine for generating associative ideas. It connects disparate concepts rapidly, but it lacks the specialized biological architecture needed to prioritize them in a high-density digital landscape. When we attempt to treat every priority as critical, we encounter the mathematical reality of goal dilution. Spreading focus across a wide array of objectives ensures that none of them receive the resources required to succeed. Cognitive energy is a finite resource. When focus splits into disparate directions, the momentum behind any single path begins to fade. The energy dissipates before it can drive a project to completion. This creates a cycle of context switching that exhausts our working memory. It generates the sensation of effort and the appearance of hard work, while providing very little forward progress. Failures in complex projects rarely stem from a lack of intelligence. They are often the result of a malfunctioning cognitive filter that allows too much noise to reach the execution stage. Real intellectual progress requires recognizing the brain as an engine of chaos. It will produce endless noise unless it is intentionally and actively tamed. Sharp focus relies on the systemic, ruthless elimination of non-essential data. The process begins by moving chaotic, overlapping ideas out of the active working memory and into an external, objective space. This offloads the cognitive burden and allows for detached evaluation. From this external perspective, we can identify the 90% of generated ideas that act as distractions. These often look like opportunities, but they serve to obscure the core objective. By stripping away the noise and pruning the outer edges, the underlying core structures begin to emerge. The few load-bearing pillars that actually matter become visible. This creates the essential intellectual white space required for synthesis to occur. With the distractions removed, the brain shifts from generating data to identifying the structural connections between the surviving points. External synthesis tools accelerate this pattern recognition. They group disjointed facts into a unified, coherent argument. Notes and ideas that once overlapped in disarray begin to lock into a clear, aligned grid. This alignment changes the nature of the cognitive load. The brain is no longer struggling to process noise. Instead, it is now evaluating a clear, manageable structure. This transition from internal chaos to external structure marks the moment an abstract concept solidifies into a tangible target. Eventually, the organized data collapses into a single, undeniable directive. Research and planning transform into a definitive path forward. A synthesized goal exists as a discrete unit of action. It is no longer an abstract thought trapped in the mind. Achieving this singularity of focus removes the weight of indecision. The friction of choice is replaced by clarity. Reaching this state allows the individual to transfer the project from theoretical planning to physical execution. World-changing focus requires transforming a massive volume of complex information into a single point of reference. This framework illustrates the contrast between the brain's faint, chaotic lines and the star's concentrated glow. The spatial arrangement shows the mind surrendering effort, with output received by the hands for tangible execution. Finally, the phrasing explicitly requires isolating your biggest goal. Success in a high-information world belongs to those with the discipline to synthesize the noise until only a single actionable goal remains.